up? Welcome back to Hanoi. In this video I'm going to be breaking down how expensive things are here in the capital of Vietnam. 1 day's worth of spending, visiting attractions, showing my accommodation and transportation in the city. You'll get an idea of how much I spend in 1 day. So to begin with, I'm going to break down the currency from the British pound to Vietnamese dong. It's a little confusing, similar to Indonesia. Hundreds of thousands of dong we're dealing with here, lots of figures, so it can be a little bit off-putting at first, but once you get used to it a couple of days in, you'll kind of get an idea of how much things are worth. So for this currency breakdown, like I've mentioned in other videos, I'm going to use the British pound because that's my currency. If you use a different currency, you can get a rough idea of how much things cost. So for £1, it's 29,878.8 Vietnamese dong. That's just about 30,000, we'll call it that. That makes things easier. For £5, 149,400 just about. Basically, you know, 150,000 Vietnamese dong. For £10, you can get just under 300,000 Vietnamese dong. £20, 597,576. £50, that's just under 1.5 million Vietnamese dong. And for £100, you can get just under 3 million Vietnamese dong. So I'm going to start with accommodation. I've been staying in luxury backpackers here in the old quarter of Hanoi. The room is like a luxury hostel. As I show this point of view walk, you can see here the bathroom with shower, and then continuing through you can see it's very spacious. Also every bed has a curtain, and you also have your own plug here, and the bed is wide, comfortable, towels, and on top of that it's just £6 a night, roughly, depending on whether it's a weekday or weekend, around 180,000 dong per night. That's the same price as a cheap hostel anywhere in the world, but here in Vietnam, in Hanoi, you can get this hostel and it's luxury for that price. In addition to all of that, luxury backpackers also give you a free breakfast, and you get to choose from a number of different dishes in the morning. Today, as you can see, I went with a baguette filled with egg and cucumber and tomatoes. Also a banana from the buffet, as well as tea. They also have watermelon sometimes. That's a really good way to start the day. You've only spent 180,000 dong, £6, and you've already got a luxury place to stay and a free breakfast. So right now I'm making my way to my first attraction for today, which is Hoa Lo Prison. Whoops. And it's well known because lots of Vietnamese were kept there during the French Indochina Revolution and wars, and also American soldiers were kept there during the Vietnam War or American War. So there's lots of stories within the prison, and you can go inside and visit today. Apparently it's very interesting. So just walking there from my hostel, it's not far, just under 10 minutes through the busy streets of Hanoi. Early morning activities everywhere you look. Food, people selling things, people going to work. So for one person to enter Hoa Lo prison, 30,000 dong. In my case, just £1. Very interesting, go and check it out if you're interested in the history of French Indochina and also the Vietnam or American War. I'm now heading for lunch somewhere, and I'll show you the prices that you can expect to find on the menu of a sit-down restaurant, not street food, and show you just how cheap it is if you want to actually eat in something a bit more comfortable, not just outside on a small stool or chair. So as you can see here, comfortable, seated, fanned restaurant. Let's have a look at the menu. Bumbo Nambo, which is rice noodles, 55,000 dong. Bun cha, 45,000. Pho bo, which is very popular, 50,000. Pho gar, which is with chicken, not beef, 50,000 as well. All these different stir-fried dishes, 60,000 for the top two, 40 and 50. So generally we're speaking around, if 30,000 is £1, it's around £2 roughly, and just under for most dishes. You can see here curry chicken, steamed rice with chicken. This is all Vietnamese food. They do have some Western food. French fries, 60,000. And for me, they also have vegetarian options. 45,000 for the top two. Stir-fried instant noodles, 55,000. Salad, 55,000. Vegetarian pho noodle, 50,000. Noodles with deep fried tofu, just 40,000. And a few more. What about drinks? For a Tuborg, 25k. Water, just 10k. Soft drinks, about 15k. Fresh juice, 35 to 45k. So I just finished my lunch there, 45,000 dong for the bun tranche, which includes vermicelli noodles, bean sprouts, deep fried tofu, there's some peanuts and onion sprinkled on there too, and also 10,000 for the bottle of water. So 55,000 in total. So it's now a little bit later on during the day. I took temporary refuge in my hostel room as it rained for 2 or 3 hours. Now it's a little bit darker. I'm about to show you what a supermarket is like in Vietnam, Hanoi specifically of course. It's called Intimex Home and Food. So they sell a range of stuff. And yeah, let's see what the prices are like. So starting with the basics, just over 4,000 dong for different types of small bottles of water. A little bit more expensive for the bigger ones of course, but not too much. 8,000 dong or so for 2 liters. Mushrooms, 36,000. This type, 21,000, 16,000. Sugar snap peas, 24,000. Baby sweet corn, 18,000. 1 red pepper from the supermarket, just 12,000. A whole broccoli, 20,000. 28,000 just underneath £1 for a pack of 6 eggs. A carton of milk is 35,000 dong, just over £1. For bread, 35,000 dong for a stack rather than a loaf of white bread. If it's the same as China, this is more likely to be on the sweet side. You can see here cakes for 17,000, 15,000 and 30,000 for packets of Swiss roll. A can of beer, small, 10,800, 9,500, 13,700, 14,000 for a can of Tiger. All the soft drinks in this section, you can see here, they're all around £10,000. Again, down here, £10,000 or so. This one's a bit cheaper. Actually, for the fizzy drinks like Fanta, you'll find about 8,000, a bottle of Coke, 8,100. What about the red wine? 86,000 for Vang Dalat. I know a place in Vietnam is called Dalat, so maybe this is Vietnamese wine. Just under £3. Divani red wine is actually just over £2 for a bottle. But you can see the prices do increase a lot depending on other places here. But do you know what? It's still very cheap for wine. I'm willing to wager that's actually expensive because it's a modern supermarket in the middle of the capital city, Hanoi, and I think most Vietnamese people grow their own vegetables or buy them from local markets, and they're probably half the price of that. But anyway, as a traveller, and if you go to one of those supermarkets, they're the kind of costs you can expect to find, although it's not really worth cooking your own food or buying many ingredients from there because buying food outside is so cheap and easy, you wouldn't really need to go to a supermarket, but in general you can see the prices there. So what about the cost of your sightseeing here in Hanoi? Well, earlier on I paid 30,000 to enter Hanoi prison. Many things are free. You can go see Ho Chi Minh and his mausoleum, and you can actually walk in. You have to queue for a couple hours to see his body there in glass cabinet, and he's all dressed up. A very amazing experience. I'm planning on doing it tomorrow morning. You can go around the old quarter for free, Bakamar temple for free. You can visit the markets and just do the main things that are the most interesting are actually just free to do, like, to be honest, in most cities, and what I say in most of these videos. So what about transportation costs in Hanoi? Well, I've spent the last 4 days walking around the city. Within the old quarter, everything's within a 15-minute walking distance. You don't actually need to take public transport. If you want to reach different areas of the city, then you will need to take a Grab, motorbike or taxi. It's up to you. I've only taken one once, and that was a taxi Grab. 8-minute journey, and it cost me 25,000 dong, so it wasn't even £1, which is amazing. So I just came up off the street into this pretty empty restaurant, but it does have vegetarian dishes which suit me. Let me just go through the prices. Rice cake with minced pork, 12,000. Rice cake, 30,000. Vermicelli with mushroom, 30,000. Salads, 50,000. Roll of vermicelli, 10,000. Banana flour salad, 50,000. Rolls, all 10,000. Fried jackfruit, 55,000. And fried pineapple, 40,000. Sounds pretty interesting. Fried rice, 45,000. Aubergine soup for 40,000. So basically everything here is between £1 and £2. Fried vegetable with mushroom, 45,000. How about drinks? 20,000 for iced coffee. Tea here, just 20 and 25k dong. Shakes and yogurts, 55,000 for papaya, apple, avocado. Shakes here, 45,000 too. Lemon juice, 35. Fruit plate, 60. And Hanoi beer, 30k, a little bit more expensive because in a restaurant. And Heineken for just 35, over £1. That's the cheapest I think I've ever seen Heineken beer, to be honest, but that's only for a can. Okay, I'm quite excited. Check out what I ordered. Banana soup with tofu, 40,000 dong. Never seen banana soup in my life before. I can't wait to try this. Also, I got lemon juice. Sweet and savoury at the same time. The reason all the food here is vegetarian is quite clearly it's a Buddhist place. Let me show you. Lots of Buddhist things, ornaments lying around, and the music as well, very spiritual. This is way better than I expected. This place was empty. I thought the food was going to be terrible. So I just finished having my dinner in the Buddhist restaurant next to the temple here, and now I can add up all my costs for today spent here in Hanoi. So in total, the whole of today, that comes to 340,000 dong, which is £11.37. So there you have it, just over £10 for one day here in Hanoi. You don't need to spend tons of money to have a good time here, of course. A lot of you will probably already know that about Vietnam or Hanoi, but I think it's worth highlighting the exact prices just so you can make your own plans, and hopefully this was useful. If you want to follow my trip around Vietnam over the next 30 days, then you can check out my Instagram for my pictures and stories I'm uploading every day. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for future videos. Tomorrow I'm taking an overnight train from Hanoi. I'm heading to Sapa in the north, so should be fun. See you then. Until then, bye.